Ocean's 14? Don't we need to... What? Who in the... Let me... there's a thing here. Let's get this started. What the... Hey there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time it might be in your part of the world.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It's so good to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is Friday, September 13th. We're going to write a little bit of code today. How you doing there, chat room? It's good to see you. We're broadcasting live on Twitch and YouTube. It's a spur-of-the-moment, unscheduled stream. I was in Las Vegas this week for the Dev Intersection Conference. Had a fantastic time there, writing code, talking to folks. Thank you. I feel like I need to do something about the contrast here on the camera, because you can't, it's like just a black wedge that's sitting on my head here. Let's see if we can do some color correction and bring up gamma a little bit. Yeah, you can see that a little better, a little brightness. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see it's an actual hat, not just like this wedge with an A on the top of my head there. So when I go and I travel and I speak at a conference, oh my goodness. Steve, thank you so much.
Steve_Elliott just resubscribed for 50 months. Good morning.
Good morning to you. When I go and speak at a conference, I typically carry my weight. I will bring a workshop, I'll bring content sessions, I'll work at the booth. Doesn't know this hat yet. We should do something about that. We should try to train the hat on this one. And man, that's still loud. Come on, dial it back there, friend. So I taught a workshop on Sunday. It was the Blazing Pizza workshop, the one that we had updated for .NET 8. We gave that presentation on a series of live streams over on the .NET channel in April and May. Thank you, Majestic Coding Twitch. Hello, welcome. And then I gave 3 sessions during the event. So, session about getting started with Blazor, session about using Blazor for the real world web, doing a little bit of like a lessons learned from some of the things that we've coded here on stream. Are you seeing a pattern in some of the things that I give instructions on? Because the third session, we did more or less a teardown of here's how Aspirify.net works, talking about some of the things around deployment and some of the configuration stuff that we had to build and deploy with. Packed house for the Aspire session, not so much for the Blazor sessions, and I'm not surprised. So great stuff to see, but definitely the getting started with Blazor sessions, I think the time has passed on that, and it's time to move on to more interesting modern capabilities with that. Let me greet folks here and say hello, and then we can talk more about what happened in Vegas, because not always what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, if you know what I mean. Eric, great to see you there. Manoj, hello. Yeah, things are going well. Chris Funk, welcome in. Surly Dev, hello. Glad your afternoon just got a little bit better. CTI Geek, hello to you in Virginia. Ninja Ola, good morning to you. Yep, that's right. We're going to talk about that, and I said hello to Steve. Thank you. Yeah, gamma. It's a brightness type of modifier when you talk about cameras. Nope, not the Hulk. Not the Hulk. President not sure with the resub.
President Not Zuon just resubscribed for 23 months. Let's go.
Let's go indeed. Thank you so much for the resub. I'm going to get some music started here. Let's start with this. This is called Buffer. This is music that's DMCA free, royalty free. Listen to it wherever you'd like. Big thanks to Harris Heller and his team of creators for making this music that we're listening to today. Let's open another browser, and I'm going to run over to Custom Vision and teach it about this hat, and we'll talk about not just this hat, but a little bit of what else was happening in Las Vegas. So what's great about the Dev Intersection Conference is these folks give us an opportunity to plan our own tracks. So, quite literally, as Microsoft, as developer division, I plan 2 tracks that run at Dev Intersection. 2 whole tracks, 20 sessions delivered by the .NET team. That's 5 times as many sessions as we deliver at Build. Like, Build's a smaller event that Microsoft runs, and we have to cover all the products there, so there aren't typically a lot of in-depth sessions at Build. So if you want deeper content, if you go to an event like Dev Intersection, where we do plan entire tracks, yes, you can get some of that. So, great. It's a lot of fun for us to go there and be able to go deep on some of that content. Let me answer some of your questions. Let me chat a little bit here while we set up custom vision on this. So this is, I'm not going to say just Azure, but this is, I'm going to call this Azure 24. Azure, yeah, and then we'll add some more definition behind it. So the team, the marketing team that was setting up, and we had, of course, a Microsoft booth at the conference, we wanted to have something unique to give out to the folks that stopped by, right? Hey, we scan your badge, we have a conversation with you, we'll give you one of these cool black hats. The idea that they originally had was, hey, we can give out socks. Hey, we can give out t-shirts, right? Those are kind of standard things, standard conference swag that folks get. And I said, look, I get the appeal for those. They're nice swag. They're things that we give out a lot, and there's definitely a budget, and it's easy to recognize and go and produce those, and I get it. Here's why I like hats. Everybody can wear it. You don't have to worry about gender. You don't have to worry about sizing. You can make a bunch of them and just have them sitting out, and it's easy for folks to pick them up, and what they're immediately going to do is put them on their head. If you give out socks, if you give out a t-shirt, nobody's putting them on at the booth. Folks are literally adjusting the snapback on them for their size head and putting it on their head as we're talking to folks at the booth about whatever the topic is that they want to discuss. And then they put it on and they wear it out around the rest of the event. When you give folks hats, as a marketer, as somebody who's working in promotion, when you give them a hat, they turn into a walking billboard instantly. And then folks are asking, that's a cool A. What's that A stand for? Oh, it's Azure. Azure? Really? Tell me more. What do you like about Azure? Versus, right, that's a cool hat. That's a cool hat that we like. Thank you so much for the follow. Immediate visibility versus, that's not it. I don't want that one. This one. Versus, this was the old hat. This was the hat they were giving away. Okay? Very clear. Here's what we're advertising. Here's what we're promoting. But can it get any more corporate? Like, I'm not going to wear a hat around that says Microsoft Azure unless I work for Microsoft. Like, literally says Microsoft Azure. Versus something with a cool A on it. Maybe my name's Aaron. Maybe, you know, whatever the case might be. Right? You've got something, some relation to it. It doesn't outwardly scream, I'm promoting and advertising somebody else's product. But what it does do is it looks cool. It looks a little bit more fashionable. More like a baseball hat or a baseball team that does feature on a cap like this. That's pretty cool. That's what I'm talking about. And you get the reuse of the swag at that point. And because it's just the product logo, it's not a logo, product icon, you can use this at many, many events. So, I've got the hat. the hat AI training now, and we'll get more about that soon. Yeah, socks. Folks give out socks a lot. And the thing about socks, right? Oh, sure, I'll go back over and we can talk more. The thing about socks, don't get me wrong. I think they're cool. I think they're neat. They're fun. Nobody sees your socks. Not to be creepy, I don't look at your feet. I don't. Like, you're not seeing my feet on a Teams call, right? Slack, what have you. Zoom. You're going to see if I'm wearing a hat, though. I can take off the hat and I can put it on top of my computer. I can hang it in my office space and people look, hey, that's kind of cool hat. T-shirts tend to fit poorly and often 10 sizes. Yeah. Right. Balancing what size T-shirts do you order is tricky. Not just that, but also are you going to get the curvier cut for female body types? And how many of those? So it's tricky. It's a tricky balance. Stickers are always good, but stickers, the challenge I have with stickers, they're easy to do, they're cheap. Folks will pick them up and walk away with them. Where are they going to put those stickers? Where are they going to put them so that they're visible so that the next person sees them? That's the challenge I have with stickers. But the caps get immediate visibility. So, the Azure team, do. Yes. So, thank you. I'm glad you like the hats. It is a bit too corporate. Totally. Could wear this to a baseball game and nobody would question and say, look at the geek. Like, they're either going to recognize the Azure icon, or they're going to ask about it. Hey, what's that A? So, you almost never wear shoes in general. Well, high-tech redneck. That's new. Hang your socks in the office around Christmas. Cyber Benny, I don't think socks are a holiday decoration, though. Yeah, have stickers in your car, and what are you going to do with them? Like, you're going to put them on your laptop? Great, you put them on the laptop lid, and then you open your laptop, and nobody sees it at that point. Yeah. Unless you're giving a presentation and you're standing in front of a room, you open your laptop, and then everybody sees your stickers. Are they facing the right way? Because did you put them on so that they're face up when your laptop is open? Or did you put them on the laptop lid so that when you were holding your laptop in front of you and it was closed, they were face up for you? So which way is it? You've seen a lot of Apple stickers on cars. Okay. Vendors will just throw out t-shirts after an event. Yes. There's a right, there's an environmental thing that happens with that. It's cheaper to order new ones and drop ship them to the next con. Yeah, unfortunately. A vendor who had a soda fountain was giving away silicone mugs. Interesting. Yeah, that's a little expensive. Giving away some sort of a cup can get expensive. I mean, easy to do. Don't have to worry about sizing and that kind of thing. Hats can be a little expensive unless you order in significant bulk. And I think they ordered like 500, 1,000 hats to give away. Like, terrific. So, and they gave them all away at the event. So, big hit, and we'll see if they turn up in public and social media and folks wearing the hats. Favorite thing you saw? Okay. Last events you've been at, there have been no t-shirts. Now you need to buy t-shirts. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Flyers with security info on them. No. So, imagine buying Azure t-shirts. So, this is where I think there's an interesting other side to this, where when you do have cool designs that you apply to swag, it's one thing to have the special edition that you can only get at Build. that you can only get at Ignite. That's cool. Don't get me wrong. That's cool. But I think there's also something to be said for, hey, if you're interested, here it is at price in our swag store. At cost in our swag store. No questions asked. Right? And if you're making them on demand and shipping them out, and there's a demand for, look, there are folks who want to show that, hey, I'm an Xbox fan. Hey, I'm an Azure fan. I like Visual Studio, and I want to be able to, wear some swag that has a Visual Studio logo on it. I think that's cool. Great. Let's allow that. We don't need to make money on it, but let's enable that. Right? That's kind of cool. If there's enthusiasm for the product lines, let's enable that. So there's discussions around what's involved there. No guarantee that it'll happen, but there's discussion. You love conference hoodies? Definitely something about conference hoodies is very cool. Like we'll give hoodies and shirts to conference speakers, right? Because we clearly know here's the volume that we need to make and the exact sizes that we need to make. Like that's clear and easy to do. But beyond that, it's like, well, what do we do? Right? When you've got a list of an unknown list of conference attendees who might be interested in grabbing a t-shirt at the event. So you got some flower seeds at another event. That's one that we've talked about as well. Giving out flower seeds, some plant seeds. Not a bad idea at all. Not a bad idea at all. Yeah, conferences will ask you your size when you buy the ticket, but there's no guarantee that the folks with that size will buy that ticket. We'll stop by and get that shirt. So I don't say there's no waste, but I'll say you can minimize the waste. You can not even minimize, because you may not. You can reduce the amount of waste, right? If you know that there's 10 extra large and 10 large folks that are coming to the event, and you decide to buy t-shirts for 10 and 10 large, 10 extra large t-shirts, if not all of those folks stop by your booth and are interested in your t-shirt, right? If only 5 people decide, hey, I'm interested in a t-shirt, you've at least got t-shirts that are their size. Do you hang on to them and bring them to the next event? Some say yes, but as others mentioned here in chat, sometimes those folks say it's just cheaper to order more t-shirts and have them brought in. I don't know. That feels wasteful, to be sure. So, but it was a great time in Vegas. Oh my gosh, I have a picture. I got a picture taken with. Did I save it? I think I saved it. When I go to these events, there are right. You go to just crazy Las Vegas hotels with amazing rooms. So it can get a little crazy when you see how big rooms are and just how opulent the things are there. Come on. OneDrive hasn't updated yet. So stand by. There we go. One second. But I did a couple very Vegas things while I was out there. Where is it? There we go. Look at this. I got my picture taken with Elvis. You know, if you're going to Vegas, you got to meet Elvis. So, got a picture with Elvis. That was fun. So, there you go. Yeah. What can I tell you? Scratch that off the bucket list. That's right, Sean. Thank you for the compliment on the hat. Yeah. So, yeah, getting folks t-shirt size will reduce the amount of waste that you have, but you'll still have some percentage of folks that don't come to your booth. I did say thank you very much after I left him, and I realized I was using his line. I'm like, oh my gosh, I used your line. The Neon Sign Museum was super cool. Didn't make it. So, right, I mentioned when I was in town, I went to, I gave full workshop on Sunday. Monday, I had to work all day Monday. Like, I had to work. So I couldn't go anywhere on Monday. Tuesday, I delivered 2 sessions. Wednesday morning, I delivered a session. And then Wednesday afternoon, I worked the Microsoft booth for 2 hours. So I didn't have time to go and see any sites. But definitely got to have some fun. Meeting Elvis and going to a couple of nice restaurants in town and checking out, having a good time with some friends that I hadn't seen in a while. So huge thanks to some of those folks that I was able to connect with and spend time with. Definitely having time for that kind of fellowship with folks in our industry is something that I don't get enough of. I spend so much time here on camera, on stream with you, and then I'll travel out to Redmond for 3-4 days a year, and that's about it. If I'm not at a conference, I'm not actually spending time sitting and working in person with my colleagues. It's all over Teams. So it's when I do have the opportunity to meet and sit with the team members, the folks that you see on live streams working on .NET, I really appreciate that time that I have with them to talk, to demo, to share code and talk through things. It's something that I treasure, that time that I get to spend with them, because I know their time is valuable, and I'm just a talking guy in a box on Twitch and YouTube. Know what I'm saying? So, all right. I think you've probably seen this, right? Dev blogs, Microsoft, what's that?
Chris Jones just resubscribed for 66 months.
My
Hey,
gosh,
Fritz and
66 months.
Chato /.
Hello, thank you so much. I really appreciate this support. Yeah, I agree. Chris Funk, I do need to become a little bit less of a hermit. The annual Stephen Tobe, I'm sorry, I keep mispronouncing his name. Stephen Tobe blog post is out, and I'm warning you now, it is gigantic again. Okay? Like, they even redid how the blog hosts big articles so that there's a table of contents over here. All right, just to be able to support this. Developers. Hey, is it Gene C Tech or is it Jean? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. So if I were to go and say print that, right, there are 327 pages to this blog post. Okay, that's 8.5 by 11 page size, right? If I were to go to what's the standard size in Europe? Is it A3? Is that what I'm thinking? No, it's not A3. What's the standard? It's not, like, letter is 8.5 by 11 here in the States. A4, that's what I'm thinking. Thank you. Right, 309 sheets of paper. Like, that's a book. That's totally a book. Right? lots of great stuff in here talking about the updates that have been done for .NET 9. Big performance updates that are in there. But the release candidate 1 is now available. So I was thinking, can we go back over to the work we had started on getting the .NET 9 version of Aspirify.net updated and try to push that out quickly here. What do you think? You can't load this year's post on your phone, iPad? Yes. So President Not Sure, I ran into the exact same thing. The blog post was made available. I went to open it on my iPhone and it crashed Safari. Like literally, mobile Safari cannot read that article. So I had to go open it on my Android tablet and I was able to finally read it. But it's like, what do you say? It's a tome. It's a tome by Tobe. It's Tobe's tome. So, yeah, Safari crashes. It can't handle it. That says something about the Apple browser there, doesn't it? So, so a number of updates in here that have been happening and good things that are coming into .NET 9. I just want to do the straight update. So I think it's time to actually try that. Dude, is my Visual Studio up to date? Like, I don't think it is. Because this was released while I was out. So maybe we'll be updating this. 17.12 preview one. Yeah, there we go. Yep, go ahead. So we'll let that build for a few minutes, and I'll come back over here to the chat discussion while it's doing the install. Yeah, Apple and Safari, they admittedly do not keep up with adding significant new web capability features to it, and large things that would be loaded into it that they'd rather have delivered as applications or as books through their store. They don't want to work well in there. They're not going to come out and say it, but clearly they would rather have very, very large web page documents come in as an Apple book. So it says more about his productivity. So he's summarizing the work that's done by their team, and the trick is, as new features are built and delivered, he writes a little he writes a little paragraph or two with some sample code that exercises that new performance feature that's been built, and he stashes it away, and when it comes time to release, because the release candidate is here, he just stitches all of those paragraphs together, and it's something that he's gradually growing as the development happens. So, like, kudos to him to keep up and as a manager of engineers, be accumulating that content and then writing a little bit of prose around that each time there's a new performance feature that he's highlighting here. So I'm at about 15% downloaded. So yep, we'll be done here in a little bit. No. Yeah, it does work fine on Firefox. Yes, it does. So, you have a new light laptop, so maybe end up reading it there. There you go. Sure, why not? .NET Conf is coming up in November. We're still taking session submissions through the end of the day today. We silently extended the submission deadlines for that. And folks have been sending in content. We don't have as many submissions as previous years, but if you're an up-and-coming speaker, if you're interested in speaking as part of .NET Conf, where we're going to release the new version of .NET 9, Talk about lots of new features that are coming out for .NET Aspire, for Blazor, AI interactions that are being built and included in .NET. All of that is coming up in November. I had somebody reach out to me today, and they were asking me to comment on their submission, their content submission. Hey, I need to know if this is going to be submitted, if this is going to be accepted, they said. And I'm looking at the content, and it's literally get started with Blazor. Like, and it's not just get started with Blazor. It reads almost word for word like the title and the abstract from Dan Roth's Blazor with .NET 8 session from Build this past May. Like, getting started, intro to our products at our event is not a winning idea. You know? Would you show up at AWS reInvent and as a speaker offered to give a talk, get started with S3? Like, wait, what? Especially as a community speaker. Like, what? Get started with EC2. What? So, that's a thing. Is it doing some insane JavaScript or WebAssembly stuff on that page? On what page? On Steven's page? No. It's like 2.5 meg of content. Like, the HTML is 2.5 meg. It's just massive. Which is funny. An article about performance improvements is just, right? It is just huge. Right? Like, massive stuff in here. It's just a lot of content. So, nothing interesting going on it. It's just big page. Big. So, follow this blog on Twitch. Okay. Hey, Josh, your team got a laugh when you sent that over in chat yesterday. Don't get me wrong. There's a depth and a detail here that folks love. Like, folks really like going through and explaining and showing the generated assembly code that is executed there. So, and being able to see things like, right, the allocated bytes goes from 2400 to 0. Like, love seeing that. What's the TLDR on .NET 9? Funny you should ask that. There's actually a blog post about exactly that. So those are the specific items that were updated in this release candidate. But the full release notes are over here on GitHub. And there's specific what's new in .NET 9 documents here. So, a couple features that are going to help support folks that are doing AI development. There's a new tensor data type. Oh no, it was proposed. I don't see it. No. couple nice to have features in the language. That a new lock object. Okay, that's fine. Updates in EF Core for Azure Cosmos DB. .NET MAUI getting big quality improvement release. Blazor there's a bunch of new things in here. Static asset delivery optimization. Things that I've done to kind of force Blazor to deliver static assets with long response caching dramatically improved so that some of those things are built in by default. Server-side reconnection experiences when you're running server-side. Authentication state serialization. If you're passing things in your authentication state around, that'll be important for you. So this is interesting. They added the ability to, inside of a global interactive Blazor app, to be able to force, well, this page, this component, exclude it from interactive routing. Right? It's a way for you to push something back to being just server-side rendered. So that's kind of cool. All right, I get it. WebSocket compression, that's going to help with performance a little bit. Virtualized parameter now supports overscanning. Cool. So, not bad. This is mostly a quality of life update. There's a lot of things coming with .NET Aspire that they're trying to get done and released over here. But you can find all the details about exactly what's coming. In this, the blog post. So let's share a link to that. There you go. Why wouldn't you want an intro position at a .NET conference? As a community member, offering to give an intro session at an event where the product team is speaking is not something that is going to be readily accepted. The product teams would prefer that they control and deliver the intro talks, right? Would you rather see Scott Hanselman give the What's New in .NET 9 talk, or Bill from Springfield, who's an MVP, give the What's New in .NET 9 talk? So one of those folks is a team member and an expert on the topic and is working diligently on the product. The other is a guy who listens to the blog posts and explores the source code and tries things out. So there's a authority that comes with delivering that content from the team, from the product team. Now, looking back, when we get into future conferences and we want to talk about and show, hey, get started with, and it's something a product that's been out for a while, and updating the get started story for all the new techniques and capabilities and what's been going on in the technical community. Yeah, that has a possibility. But you as a community member, right? Like, if you submit to AWS reInvent, hey, what's new in EC2? They're not going to take that because they would rather have the product team deliver that content, not somebody who isn't affiliated and working on the product. So, does Aspire have a public roadmap? Sure does. It's completely open source and it's available on GitHub.net. Aspire. And they talk about it once a month on. There's now a .NET Aspire community community stand-up over on the Visual Studio channel on Twitch. So, and .NET channel on YouTube. Projects. So can't show that. That can't show that. But these are other projects that are out there that they're not publicly visible, clearly. But so the issues that they're working on are all listed here. And you can go through and take a look at what they're working on. You can certainly filter by different areas. Right here, the things that we want to push for 9, right, are tagged with the 9 preview. Thank you. Show me the closed one. There's nothing closed. That's the only one tagged with 9? No, there's more than that. No. See, I can't show you those projects. I can show you that they exist, but I can't show you the contents of them because those are fluid as they're working on things. Yeah, you can go through here and you'll see exactly what things they're working on. So I don't think there's a full public display of here's what's coming in the next release. I'm not sure if that's by design or not. So. UWP support for .NET 9 and native AOT. Hey, that's great. I'm glad the Windows folks are getting on the bandwagon here. That's great to see. So, let me see. Did this finish? It did. Fantastic. Publish this, and we'll take a look over here. There we go. So now we'll reset. And let's see, it should pick this up.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
90% certainty. Fantastic. And that's done installing too. Great. So if we do .NET, no, .NET info 9.0 RC1, terrific. Let's open Aspire 5. Come here, you. Yes, I know you're loading. Go away. I'm trying to move the window. I'd like to move the window. Can I move the window? I'd like to move the window. Is that so wrong? Be really nice to move the window. .NET 9 is available in this version of Visual Studio. Copy from the error list. Go to line anywhere in code search. So by specifying colon and then a line number. That's kind of cool, but I won't know my line numbers. Preserve font across theme changes. Oh, that's good. That was something that we had seen, we had logged an issue with. Dock the code search window. That's kind of nice. Multi-project launch configuration. We don't have that problem as much anymore with .NET Aspire. AI smart variable inspection. Okay, that's kind of cool. So, list of new features that are coming in this preview. And of course, this will be done and released with .NET 9 for November. How am I? I'm doing fine. How are you? Thanks so much for asking. So, we've been building, tweaking, and tuning here, and I want to get this updated with everything we need for .NET 9. So we started migrating some time ago, but I think we still have some work to do. Let me merge back in the main branch. Yeah, we've got some issues to correct here. So I'm going to use the Visual Studio Code visualizer to complete these merges. Hey, look at that. YAML. That's so fun. Everybody loves YAML. Take a look at the source control and see what we need to address. So, not too many issues here. Got some CSproj files to update. Wow, that's really handy. Okay. Let's take a look at the app host. So I had started building out an Aspire version variable to include. And we locked app host to 8.2. So there's a right directory build props that has the Aspire version there. So I think we're okay, and according to the Aspire team, we're okay for most of that, except for app host, we have to lock to 8.2. So I'm going to accept the current changes. Blobs, Postgres, Redis, storage, Mongo, Postgres. Why do I have Postgres twice? Oh, the one's Azure. Redis and app host. Yeah, let me accept the current change, and I'll force this one to 8.2. I think I can do 8.2. Can I do 8.2 point star? Can I do that? That'd be really nice if I could do that. Hey, C# Titan. Hello. 1:46 a.m. in Australia. Oof. Oof. That's early. Thank you so much for tuning in on your Saturday morning. Really appreciate you joining us. Let's leave that be for right now. The footer. What changed in the footer? What changed over here? I made the version required. What? No. What? That doesn't look good, and down here it says error acquiring .NET. And that doesn't look good either. What? Eat broke. And let me put these back on the side where I like them. Neat! I like what you've done here, Visual Studio Code. It's very impressive. Fortunately, everything's in source control. What? Let's try this. No. Git reset hard. Right, and then we were doing git merge main. Failed to restore NuGet packages for the solution. That makes me feel wonderful.
Unhipcoder
Hey,
just
Unhipcoder.
resubscribed for 44 months.
Hello? Restart all the extensions. Okay. Yeah. Let's try that. All right, so let me go back to this. I wanted to keep the current change and change this to... Can we make this 8.2 point star? No, I don't want any Copilot suggestions for that file. Okay. Go up to footer and... okay. Stop it. I don't know what all these errors are. Give me the... Which one's the incoming? This one's incoming. Sure, accept that one. I'm okay with it being required. Stop it. Is there anything else? They look the same. Oh, I put an exclamation. Sure, accept that one. That's fine. I don't know what you're doing over here. Keep going. That's it. Complete it. Okay. So we converted these to 8 dot stars in the current. Entity framework, NPG on 8 dot star. Let's accept those, but I believe there's a 9 dot star we can grab now. Yes, I know what Azure Data Studio is. Yep. If I change this to 9 dot star, will it compile? Like, is that a thing we can do here? Right, just go through everywhere and yoink that. Right? I can yoink it, right? And then I want to try building and make sure that works. This is the data migration service. And I think I also want to make that 9 here. And we also need system text JSON. Oh, that was in an explicit addition that I added. Right, let's make this right 9 dot star and allow that one. Yeah, I hear you. No. You will listen to me. Next, counter service. Yeah, here it's system text JSON again. We're bringing into the mix. So, without knowing anything about what's going on in Visual Studio Code, I would say that feels like the Visual Studio Code source comparison here is broken. So, hey, Alu the Crowd, good to see you. Hosting, that's, yeah, give me the current one. Okay. And then I want to head over to, well, I think I can merge, let's just merge that, right? Can we just merge those? Right? I think that works, but let's find out. Clear. What do we got? So let's do a .NET build. No. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Fine. I don't know what changed in there, and I'm not going to try and deal with that right now. It was app host, and they're insisting that this is 820. Fine. Try that again. Okay. So that's a problem. Yeah, they're doing a straight comparison. I'm sorry, what are you talking about, Intermix? C# Titan had a frustrating day at work, fighting another developer over Java versus .NET. Said .NET is a bloated framework. Tell me more. A Java dev said that. Yeah. Sure. Wait till you see .NET 9. Even .NET 8. With all the performance updates that are in it. Like, come on now. I understand why this is doing this. I don't like it, but I understand why. Because it's not picking up the preview version. Right, and I'm going to need to update that appropriately later. Fine. So I can do that. Right. And then we can do a good old Control H on that and say replace it with this. Right. So that is data security. So if I go over to that folder, let's just try building that one. Aspira Phi data. Thank you. Clear out all this junk so we can see what happens here. .NET build it. And we still don't like NPG Postgres. Nearest version is 9.0 Preview 7. Fine, do it again. Oh boy. Warnings on system drawing common. Install Entity Framework Core Relational. No. Version conflict detected. Yeah. Nope. Can't use it. Nope, we're stuck. Can't do it. Because the database driver isn't updated. I mean, we should be able to work around it. But, yep. Database driver isn't ready for it. Oh well. So, we will not be updating to .NET 9 today. Right, if we do a git status, thank you. Sure, I'll commit those. Preparing to update with RC. What the heck did you do? did I delete everything? Git commit -am. Preparing to update with parse. I hit 1 and it preparing to update with RC. Okay. That's messed up. But I will park those changes, and clearly we won't be able to work with it right now. No, there is no numlock on this keyboard. Did I change layers? No. So, that's interesting.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Let me say here. You don't think .NET is bloated? You do believe the team removed redundant features, so it'll reduce the size. When you publish now, right, it does tree shaking, it does linking, so that when you do publish, things are much, much smaller, and you can do the ahead-of-time compilation, which will make it even smaller, faster, ready to go. That said, the just-in-time compilation time for .NET is nothing. So, what is the Microsoft Identity Platform? That Identity Platform is a series of services and APIs that allow you to secure your applications. Now, it's not EF Core, it's the Postgres driver for EF Core, the Postgres library. They updated it, and they only updated it to Preview 7. There isn't a newer version yet. And clearly, it's not updated and working with the latest stuff. The new keyboard is the Digma Defy. Why are you, Intermix, why are you quoting documentation in my chat? Documentation that's not related to what we're working on. It is a new hat, yes. I did not buy a new hat. This is the new Azure hat that they were giving away at Dev Intersection this week. Yeah, the Digma Defy, right? It's the world's best wireless keyboard. So I do need to set up the an overhead camera so you can see me using the Defy. It is kind of crazy. Then type that information into Notepad or somewhere else, okay? You don't need to share complete paragraphs of documentation about something not related to what we're discussing here, okay? They are macro buttons, yes. So I've got a bunch of things configured to do different stuff. So yeah, I don't care that it's sold. Show it to me. There you go. There it is, and it comes in this case, and there's a place up top, a slot to tuck away all the cables, and it even tilts up. So cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. So, all right. Who's this? Oh, pardon me. Where'd it go? Product chat. I want to let the product team know. Nah. I can go to that NuGet package and put a comment. Right? NuGet org. Right. NPG. This one. See, there's a preview for preview 7. We go to the source code repository. Do I create an issue to update to support the RC? Latest preview version for .NET 9 does not support RC. Is there... Hang on. Let me look at my key mappings here. Maybe I did something here. No, there is no modifier on it. It's just 1. Yeah. It's weird. Anyways. Working with the .NET 9 preview version is not compatible with the RC1 version. .NET. Oh, come on. Get me back in that box. Cool. VS Code 193 is a pretty awesome update. I didn't see an update get applied. There it is. Manage profiles, Django unit test support, IntelliSense in VS Code, boost JavaScript and TypeScript coding, IntelliSense. Notebook diff viewer, that's kind of nice. Resize columns via the keyboard. Source control graph, easily hide collapse. This isn't working at all right now, is it? I have a feeling that's a .NET 9 thing, though. Custom Copilot instructions, that's kind of neat. But, yeah, I don't think .NET 9 is all set around on all the things here. Hey there. DJ Deepak.
Steve just resubscribed for 3 months.
No, I didn't. What? No. Stop it. No. Thanks so much for the support. They release in November. Yes. Yep. .NET 9, November 12th. Let's go back to Git branch. Let me jump over to Feature collection. Cool. Then we can take a look back at this capability. This feature we were building. Oh man, there we go. I had some massage work done on my neck this week, and it's weird. It's settling. It's tightening back up. I don't know if that's good or not, but hey, whatever. Back over to Visual Studio. Yes, I know. Reload. Good. Yeah, those are fine. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So, I think we were working down in here somewhere. What's the use case for this approach? What approach? That uses type name and reflection. Us old guys need to do neck exercises every day? Yes, totally agree. So, ooh, we do need to change the keyboard command. That's not right. Is the book saga resolved yet? Yes. It is. I'm not happy with how it was resolved, but it's resolved. So, and that's, yeah. That's fine. We're able to keep moving forward. Am I trying to do is? So, all right. I completely forget where we left off on this. I just do. Completed add and remove article feature. Oh. Yes. So, I think I've shared this with you. I'm going to share it with you again, if I have already. So this is the source code to aspirify.net. This is not a publicly accessible bit of source code because it uses a template that I purchase. Right. So if we go to aspirify.net. It's right as the console comes up. Are you kidding? This website that has latest news and information about .NET Aspire. It's built with .NET Aspire, deployed with .NET Aspire, and Visual Studio. I know you're building and deploying and running, but that's rude. But you can find information about all the things that are going on with the .NET Aspire tool set out here at aspirify.net, including announcements and source code, podcasts, videos that you can get into. Yeah, I don't care what you were typing. I'm going to show something on the screen right now. I am Visual Studio. Rawr! Yeah, I know I said build and run, but while you were doing that, I wanted to do something over here and talk to Mom and Dad, okay? So, yeah, why do my commits look like yours? Well, this is a feature branch, right? This is a feature branch with work in progress things that as I'm working through, hey, just commit a little bit of work here. I'm not quite done yet. And we'll get back to it, right? So, here's the thing. The .NET, some of the folks on the .NET Aspire team have asked for access to the source code to this, and I've granted them access so they can take a look and poke around and see how a real application is using the tools. Am I coming for dinner on Sunday? Yeah, set up a place for me. I'll be there, Thindall. I have no idea where Thindal lives. I have a clue which part of the world it is, which continent. So, hey, Josh asking what all was included in the template. What template? Yep, Northern Europe. That's a start. It's yes, we'll allow F sharp. F sharp's an okay word for folks to use on this channel. It's a long trip, to be sure. Anyways, so the .NET Aspire team will look at the source code here. They haven't sent over any pull requests, but they are actively looking at it. So let me go to here. That's not. Oh, yeah, I did get it right. Note. Held up by NPG SQL package updates. There we go. All right. So, yep, and the build error here, I'm guessing, is exactly what we saw, yeah, with this package conflict. That versions do not work going across. There, right there. Okay. So, yeah. What can I tell you? Actually, some of that is even uglier. But that's... I can probably get these other ones to line up, but... So... Having a team dinner? Oh, cool. It's amazing how fast it loads in your browser. Thank you, C# Titan. Yeah. We've done some work there to make sure it works well. Hey, Codebase Alpha. Hello. So we're down here building this collections feature. Let me log in. Yes. Thank you. And collections. So, right, and we're building that out. Interestingly, I want you to see something right about here. Right? Can I zoom in on that just a little bit? Like, look at this is the number of article visits per day. A couple hundred per day that somebody reads an article on the site. And all of a sudden, on the 10th, right? So that's what, Tuesday? 1,900 visits. Now, you've seen how we use output caching, how we do things to protect the site here. I can bring this up and show. I don't know why Twitch is blocking F#. When was 8.2 released? .NET Aspire 8.2 was released in was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago. This is the Facebook scraping issue. So, and I'll show you how we found that in a second. If we look at the CPU usage and we go back across the entire week, there's a little bit of a bump in here on Wednesday, but that's a little bump compared to how much traffic we brought in here on the 10th. And we handled it with no significant challenges, right? They were somewhere in here is where this happened. And here's the deal. That, and I'm not going to dig all the way down into it. The IP addresses that were crawling that were from Facebook's Dublin, Ireland offices. Okay. The cache took effect, held, and no problem. Scaled appropriately, and we did just fine with it. So, I feel good about that, to see that we didn't take significant pressure there, and we worked out just fine. So, the memory set, even if we look at the memory usage over that time, I mean, it's kind of flat how much memory we use. Right? Even if we peek in there at the same time, we get out to about 500 meg and no problem. Flattens out, and then GC happens and clears things out when we hit that pressure. Fine. That's what it's supposed to do. So, right, here's where I believe we'll actually see it in the network traffic. Let me know if you can see where Facebook scraped the website. And the best part? Right, there it is, right there on, right, the 10th? Yeah, they blocked the Google cookies. We're going to come and scrape your website, and we're not going to report any of the cookies. Like, you jerk. So, there you go. Some insight into a real website running with Blazor and .NET Aspire. So, are those hits going to incur costs? No. Nope. Why did it shut down? I didn't shut it down. Whatever. Help me write a to-do with that. Wow. Oh, yeah, Amazon's customer service bot. Yes. No. Well, do you use binary formatter, Fuel Snable? Let's go back over here. And oh shoot, it's yeah, I thought it was Control Shift. Is it Control Shift vertical pipe? No. No. I forget my hotkeys to split the Can we? No, you're not going to make that. Fine. To split the panels here, split pane, Alt Shift minus and Alt Shift plus. Ah, there we go. And down here, then I'll do. No. Go up one. Aspira font. I want web app host. That one. And we'll .NET Watch. Yeah, that's definitely a spike, right? That's a good thing. There's a rumor going around that there will be a surprise for the release of .NET 9 at Aspire. What? No. It's running on ACA, Azure Container Apps. Did I do any gambling in Vegas? No. Nope. I gambled as a kid, but I don't gamble anymore. So that's yeah. Not a thing I do anymore, and that's okay. That's not the and go here, and we'll start. Gambling's too expensive. Nah. How you doing, Frank? Good to see you. All right, so manage collection. So let's start, and I'll show you what we. Yeah, there we go. Right. Not looking perfect here, but I don't care. So if we call this Microsoft, let's call this I don't know. I'm just with. Wow. There we go. Funny description here. Okay. And then select articles to go over there. I should be able to click these and they go over, and they're not. I thought I had this. I thought I had that. No errors, at least. Okay. So when you, in collection edit, yeah, add article, remove article. There it is. This collection, add article, article.slug. It's on double click. Ah, there we go. Right, and if I click into that, bloof. Edit collection and passing in a slug. Neat trick. Let's take a look at the log. And I believe that's going out to the production space. Fortunately. Storage. There we go. Storage Explorer. The house does always win unless you're playing poker. In which case, that the house is the rake, right? Like, collections. There it is. So get started with .NET Aspire. Get started with .NET Aspire. So what did it try to look for? iPhone 16? I'm thinking about it. I have an iPhone 14. So I'm due, but it's like... All right, so let's dig in here in collection repository 39. Right? So, no. I should have done a Control T. Whatever. Collection. Yep. Here. That's not the error it reported. Resource does not exist. Table value get entity. We should have done a catch on that. That doesn't make sense. Let's take a look-see. Hit the debugger and let's see what's going on in here. You went from an iPhone 8 to an iPhone 14. Man, that's a big jump. It is hard to keep it, yeah. So, let's see what we get. Because it should step into that. It should hit that collection, and we should have gotten an error that says, can't find it. But I have a feeling that it didn't undo the slug there. All right, jump in here. I didn't want to close that. I didn't want to close that. There it is. All right, we got it back. Admin. Manage collections. Click the collection, and we should be able to get back into it. Hanging. Hanging. Yeah, that doesn't exist, but it should have given me a does not exist thing. Right? Get the table. And then it says resource and oh, well, get entity. Even then it should catch it. Okay, then yes, the collection not found. Okay. And then we get this. Unhandled exception. Error code is resource not found. Yeah. Collection not found. Okay. So we need to escape the... we need to unescape the slug. And we need to handle and present an appropriate 404 here when it doesn't find it. So that's on collection edit. And it's down in here. Right there. So let's add some error handling, I guess, right? Full. Collection does not. Yeah, collection does not exist equals false. And let's put a try catch around this, John. Right? And catch. There it is. Collection does not exist. Right? Equals true. And we should return at that point. And up here, oh, look at that. It's rerunning it for me. That's so nice. You go away. Here. I think we can probably put something here. If I don't know why it keeps trying to put a conditional. Collection does not exist, right? I should have left it. That one I can delete. And put some sort of a div. Class equals, right? Alert danger, I think is what I want. Something like that, I think. Collection does not exist. Why did it do that? No. I gave you a div. You will take the div. I completed the tag. Okay. Need to go. No. I'm not done. So that is after the edit form. So right in here, I think, right? Let's see here. You bought your 14 Pros about 3 months before the 15s came out. You save a while before an upgrade. Yeah. The free carrier upgrade or reduced carrier upgrade costs. Yeah. I'm in there with you. Not great, but hey. It was over here. Let's turn off that for right now. Let's fix this a little bit. Do I have to actually spell out and say alert in here as well? Maybe. Ah, that's better. And it would be nice if I actually did say here's what the alert is. The collection is that doesn't exist. At something like that. No. There it is. Thank you. And let's put a quote on the end of that. So I need to unescape that. Right, and I think I should turn that into a method hanging out here for the collection. You know? Like, fortunately, we can do that. Yes, we are going to extract a method to do this. And let's call this format slug. I like that. Right? And let's actually make this slug equals that. Have this return a string, right? Jump over here and say return that. And I want to make this. And sure, we can make this. Come on now. So easy for me to type. Cool. Now! Get me back in the box. In the box! Okay. So now I need unformat slug. You can't code in .NET offline? What? They don't have fully offline installers. You can't download the CLI and run it offline? Public static string, unformat slug, right? So no, wait a sec. We're not doing this right. We're not doing this right. Yeah, thanks. I'm working here. I'm working here. When it saves the collection, There's a collection entity out there somewhere. No, no, no. This one. Show me that. What? Okay, fine. Row key equals collection.slug. So... So why did it save it with... No, that... Okay, that is right. So what was it querying that it's not hitting it, that it's not finding it? Get started with .NET Aspire. Do I have it backwards? Please tell me it's not just that dumb. I do. I have it backwards. Friends. Like, that's annoying. Oh. That's annoying, let me tell you. And we'll grab this. And go back over here. Yeah, that's fun stuff. That's probably wrong also. Yeah, that's wrong. The delete is wrong. Yeah, I can fix the delete. Right. No, paste. You're not going to copy it, are you? You're not going to let me type. I'd like to type now. Thank you. So now if I go back into it, is it going to find it? You can install VS Code offline. You can install the C# extensions and install them, but C# dev kit won't install enable. There must be a reason for that. Yeah, there's a resiliency library built into .NET Aspire called Poly. All right, there we are hitting our breakpoint. There we go. Good. All right. So it loads and it presents on screen. Oh boy. All right. And if we try and browse to that article, because we did write the collection view page, right, we should be able to see that, which is going to be /collection/slug. So if we try to navigate directly to it, right? There we go. I thought I had more than 2 articles in it. I had 4 articles. Why is it only showing 2? We did that. Because I set page size, and the pager isn't showing. Because I forced the page count, didn't I? No, page size is 10. What? Page number 0. Page count, only one page. Right? Because page size is 10. Skip. Oh, so page... We should reset page number. It's 0 because nothing was set. No, wait, hang on. It set page number to 1. If page number less than 1, page number equals 1. Right? Yeah. So that should have given me 4 slugs. Yeah. But it only presented the first 2. Why? Have I ever used Mudblazer? No, I have not. For each article in the collection, so it should have gotten all of them. All right. So the collection of slugs, there's 4 of them. Wonder if that's it right there. And it didn't find them. Yep, it only found 2. Did I unintentionally... mess myself up in there? Which means that there aren't... Oh boy. Which means that in the database, there are upper and lowercase in there. On the slugs. I don't like that. Or... Go back over here. Maybe when we do the skip take here, we force it to lowercase over here. Right? Right, I can do that here. Select S, and then we'll do fat arrow, S dot to lower, invariant. To array. Right? Rebuild it. Let's go. Here we go. Maybe? See what we get. Okay. Back over to admin. Manage collections. There it is. And if we try going to just, right? Collections slash, no. There we go. Now we got it. All right. I can work with this. Let's just check the... If we do get, and we just pass it in, and it should be, the slug should be forced to lowercase. Yeah. Okay. So when I navigate back, get by slug. We should force the slug to lower. Yep. Slug equals slug to lower invariant. Cool. Just to make sure that there aren't any sizing things going on in there. Okay. What's next? I need to be able to reorder things on that collection edit screen. Right? Here, I need a way to reorder those. But I think I'm out of time for today. I have some other things that I do need to get to for work. So let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up so that we have a good place to jump in and start off next time. All right, back over here, we'll do a git commit on this. Right, so we updated some of those things. Yeah. Completed the save, edit, view, collections, cycle, right? We can do the whole thing, basic CRUD interaction, except for delete. We've got all of the stuff happening except for delete, and delete right now is a flag out here. There's an is deleted flag. Maybe I don't have it. Did I not include an is deleted flag? No, I didn't. That's fine. I can just do a hard delete inside Storage Explorer for now, since it's just me maintaining these. So, but in the user interface though, I can remove content from the collection and then save and update those changes. Like, that does work. So I'm okay with that. But for now, it's time for me to call it a stream and move on and get back to some other things that are going on out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been fun writing code with you and getting your feedback and talking about a bunch of different topics here while we were writing code. Let me take a look and see who else is streaming on the big Twitch TV network for those of you that are on Twitch watching. See if we can get you connected to somebody fun. Let's go over and join Brian Clarkio. Say hello to him and the fun that he has on Fridays. All right. If you're watching on YouTube, I've got lots of other great videos for you. Check them out just below or over there, depending on which YouTube app you're using to watch this video. All right. It's been great writing code with you. I'll be back on Tuesday, normal time, writing code and having a good time. So until then, have a fantastic weekend. I wish you good health and good coding. Take care.